Hello everyone, my name is Abbar and I welcome you to Luminous family. I'm within the HR function, so today I'm here to take you through our HRMS, which is on SuccessFactors. It is a cloud-based solution. So I will take you through the navigation and its usages. So before we start, let me take you where all HRMS are used. So the HRMS that we have for maintaining the employee data, we use our HRMS for recruitment, we use our HRMS for goal setting, we use our HRMS for midterm and annual increment, we use our HRMS for transfers, confirmations, for paying of short-term incentive letters. So whatever letter we get out here, it's all in digital form. We do not support any hard documentation, hard copy documentation. You even get the compensation letter. Your management is done out here. Your succession planning, your separation, and your no dues are done within the systems. So now let me take you how it is logged in and how the usage flows. So the first thing is the to log in through SuccessFactors, you have to log in your internal dashboard, and the URL would be shared to you at the time of joining, or you can note it down if you want. The URL is dashboard.luminousIndia.com. Once you log in, it would ask for an user ID and password. So for whosoever employee I created, employee ID is created, the user ID would be your employee code. So now I'm logging with my ID since your ID is not created, and the password for this dashboard is by default 123456. So once you log into this, it would take you to the home page. This is our self-service dashboard wherein all the URLs are embedded into it. You can use any of the link and navigate to any part of it. So the dashboard session would be taken later on. So before that, I'll just give you a glimpse of what it is. You can see the home page. It shows you the recent updates in our organization at various locations, even our plants, right? So this is HR dashboard, and this is a pending approval area. So this is an area which is a quick link. You can quickly navigate to all those pending activities which are pending for your action to be approved, right? So to log in back to our session, to log in our success factor, you have to click HR dashboard. Once you click on HR dashboard, there is the first option which is visible out here is HRMS success factors. You click on the success factors and you will be navigated to a page like this. So there is no default password for this, and the user ID continues to be the same as your employee code. And once you get your employee code, your email ID would be generated and it would be attached to your employee code. So once you receive your email ID, you can click on this question mark and then you can reset a password. A link would be triggered to your email ID. Post that, you can click on that link and you can set the password as per the criteria given on the screen. So once you log into the home screen, these features would be available. So now let me tell you what all are this. This is a to-do bar similar to like WhatsApp we have in our mobile. These are the notifications that keep on piling and shows you the number of pending activities you need to do. So this is the extension of what I have showed you on top. So if I click on this, it shows me the category of pending activities I have within my bucket. So if I see I have 5 requests which I need to approve. Once I click on this, all the list opens. So let it open. It's taking a bit. Yes, now we are here. So once you can see, I have a approve button out here. So all the transformations, confirmation, separation would be visible at this to-do list only and at the approve section. For those who are people managers, you have to approve from this section, and those who are individual contributor, you might not have anything to approve. So do not worry about that. It depends on the roles that you carry. So this is for the people managers. As when you have any confirmation at your screen, do not approve directly from here because we have some set of predefined attributes that the manager needs to evaluate against the employee. So for that case, you have to click on the link of that employee, and at the bottom a form would open. A form would open, and at the bottom as a manager you would be able to see a button called update. Since I'm not the manager, here I am receiving this notification as a system admin, so I don't have that button. As a manager, you would be receiving a button called update. Once you click on that, all these forms would open, and based on your decision, you have to rate the employee on a scale of 1 to 4, 4 being the highest and 1 being the lowest. So 4 is your high performer, and then comes performer 3, 2 is your competent, and 1 is your underperformer. Once you fill all these forms which is available out here, whether it's confirmed or whether it's extended, post that you can save it, and it would go to the next level for the approval. Okay, so now let's come to the tab. So this is a tab that I have currently, but you might not have all these tabs. This is again totally on permission and the role that you have. Since I'm a system administrator, I have all these tabs. So the first section I've showed you is home. Let's go to goals. So this is a section wherein at the beginning of the year or at the time of your joining, we set the goals. So since this is goals of 2018, I can see my past goals out here, whatever I have kept, what were the weightages, what were the KPIs. So once this form is launched, you'd be able to add in the action button. There would be a button wherein you can add your goals for 2019 or for the joining year. Once you add this, it goes to your manager. Your manager approves the goal in system. Once the manager approves it, the system gets locked, and it is only opened at the time of annual or midterm assessment. Why it is opened? Because the goals that you have filled, based on the goals, you have to do your assessment. What was your goals, how much you have achieved, and so on. So once you do the assessment, based on that the ratings are given, and the incremental increment are happening. So after goals comes the performance. So the next step after goal is the performance management. So once you fill the goal and the forms get open in annual assessment, you'll get a form of list with the name of the employees like this. You have to click the form against each goal. Your even your self goals would be available out here. You have to click on that. You have to do a self assessment for your own form. For your team, if you have a team below you, for that you have to click on this. Against each goal, you have to give a manager's review, so that if an employee has written I have achieved 100%, are you validating that? So you can give your comment, okay, he has done a good job in this region. Once you do this, again it's go for an approval, and the approval chain are like managers, that is called reviewer, and then it goes to vertical head, HOD, and then HRBP, and finally it gets closed. Next tab is learning. So this tab is basically whatever learning we do through our LMS. So the LMS admin team add courses out here, nominates you from this tool. Once you get nominated, you accept this offer, you accept the learning calendar, then your nomination is visible out here. You can see during the year how many training hours you have clocked, what are the categories of training you have done, what all training modules are available in this catalog. Now let's move on to the next section, that's called recruiting. So this recruiting is a very specific tab. In our organization, we have a process for getting any additional manpower. We do not just go and say we need a manpower and to get an extra additional manpower. For that, an MRF form is raised. So what is the full form of MRF? It is manpower requisition form. So that MRF is created within our success factors. Once the MRF get created and you are tagged as a manager or HOD or HRBP, all the details would be visible out here with the status and the number of candidates available in that section. So let's move on to so these are only available to persons who have team under them. After that comes company info. So company info is something where we have open for every employee. We trying to be a very transparent organization. We have opened the hierarchy from top to bottom. You can drill up and see who reports to whom. Suppose I say I want to search the org chart of Zabar Hussain. That's me. And you can see there are two persons reporting to me. If I drill up, you can see whom do I report to. So I report to Debolina. She's the HR head, and she has so many other reportees along with me. So if you want to check whom does Debolina reports to, you can just drill up. and you can see the Boolean reports to our MD, and MD has certain other reports along with the Boolean. You can also go and download this form in terms of image and in terms of PDF. So please do not forget to upload your images so that you'll have a face to the organization structure, or else it will look something like this. Okay, now let's move on to the employee files. So folks, this is the main section wherein it completely belongs to you. This is a section wherein it carries your data, your background information, your attachment, your letters, your ratings, your salary, and everything. So if you see these tabs are segmented based on the data and information. This is personal information. If you click on personal information, all the data related to your personal self would be visible out here. This is employee information, this is profile, this is your previous details, scorecard. You might not be able to see all the things that I'm showing right now because I am an admin and I have limit all the accesses, so you might not be able to see all these functionalities. So let's come in a nutshell. Let me explain you. Wherever you see a pencil mark, it means that field is editable. If that field is editable, it means you can change this information. But for this section, national ID and information, we won't allow the employees to change because PAN number and Aadhaar number does not change very frequently, right? These are very critical fields which cannot be changed every now and then because this is related to taxation and this is related to your PF, right? So even though in your personal section like personal information, you would be able to see this edit information, but once you click on this edit, you won't be able to edit certain fields. Like you won't be able to change your name, you won't be able to change your father's name, you won't be able to change your gender, you won't be able to change your date of birth, employee code, and so on, so on. So there are some fields which we have defined what all employee can edit, what all employee can't edit. So in case if there is any mistake in the fields that you cannot edit, you can always approach or reach your HRBP, and HRBP would show you the path how to get it updated. So address is a section where you can update provided you support this with an attachment of a valid address proof. Suppose today you're living in Gurgaon, tomorrow you have shifted to Delhi, you want to update your address, so you can update this information provided you support with attachment. It would come to us for an approval and will approve, and then it would be settled in the organization in this success factors, right? So I was talking about in initial time I spoke about letters, right? So if you see my compensation letters are attached out here, it is auto system generated. Once the letter gets generated, you will receive an email from success factors on an email ID stating that your compensation letter for so and so year is ready, please go and view that. So this would always be available here till the time you are active in system, you have the access to this. You can go and download at any point of time, right? This is a variable statement, you can download a variable statement and all the other details. So now let's come to the home section. You can see this 93%. Even you would be able to see this completion percentage. If you click on this small blue colored finish now, it would take to you the page where you need to fill your information which are incomplete. You can upload a picture, you can set all this information which are not there so that your profile is completed, and if you upload an image it would be visible in the org chart that I showed you earlier. Now let's come, we have we are a very the technology is moving very fast. We are trying to match the pace, so we have developed a lighter version of the success factor as a mobile application form. In the form of mobile application, you go to options. Once you click option, you'll get all this list out here. So the first option that you get is password. You can always go and change your password at any point of time by following the password norms that is given here. So we follow an ISO certified password policy, which is like it shouldn't be less than 8 character. It should have one alphabet, one number, one small letter, and one capital letter, right? And here is a mobile option. You can go here, click on this mobile option. First, to activate this on your mobile, you have to download this application. It is available on App Store as well as Google Play, those who are using Android. Now once you click on this, once you've downloaded this, once you open the application on a mobile, it would ask for activation. So there are two options to activate. Either activate it via user ID and password, or you can activate it directly via camera. Once you click on this, a QR code would be generated. Just open your application on a mobile, scan it, and you're done. And it would open on your mobile. This QR code is only visible for 30 seconds. Once this get expired, you change the selection and a code would be generated again. But do remember, do this only for your account, because this contains the password of your success factor. Once you scan it, it would be logged in as the user who have logged in the desktop, right? So these are all the navigations. So this was a brief about success factors. Once you are into the system, once you are doing the navigation, you would be hands on to this. It's just that it was this session was to make you familiar with our HRMS success factors, so that you are not in a surprise, you are not surprised to see that success factor, what is success factor. So now you are familiar. At least once you are on the job, you can go and download it and you can see this. So that's all. Thank you and welcome to Luminous.